Hi, my name is David McKinna, and I have a great story to tell you about a miracle. I call it a miracle. And that story goes like this, that for 35 years I was a hardworking, very diligent, very effective attorney. And at about the age of, in my early 50s, my nervous system began to tire and collapse, starting with my brain. There was a static, there was a fog, there was a inability to focus, and I struggled. I struggled to read, I struggled to do research, I struggled to make eloquent arguments in court, and I could feel the stress more and more was too much. And so I had to let go of that career that I had loved so much. And I thought it was just, quote, stress, as we hear in the workplace. So I took a few years off, and the malaise, the fog, the static in the brain continued. So I tried all kinds of different modalities to help that. Hormone therapy, workshops, stress, yoga, exercise, things like that. Even tried some anti-ADD medications and antidepressants. Again, to no avail. And I found myself giving up, that basically by 2 or 3 in the afternoon my nervous system would not allow for much productivity from me, even though I still did law part-time. So I pretty much accepted that this was how it was going to be during my retirement years, and I didn't like it, but I accepted it. And then a friend of mine told me about Tom Stone and a new treatment, and in fact a disorder that I had never heard of called TB miasm, and a treatment that's very simple but very effective. So I had to try it. I had tried many other things, so why not this? So I came to San Diego and met with Tom. He tested me and felt that I indeed had the condition known as TB miasm. And I took the treatment. It was a half-hour treatment, very straightforward, very simple. And I immediately felt like I had had a brain transplant. It was a miracle. I mean, I know the difference between the brain that I had when I walked in here at 11 o'clock and when I left at 11:30, because I was energized, I was thinking clearly, I was getting keys, simple things like getting the keys out of my pocket to open the door. I mean, that would require some thought on my part beforehand, and things were just flowing again. And it was like I was, 20 years earlier, keeping 10 balls in the air, going into trial and calling witnesses. I mean, everything just flowed. And I said, well, maybe this won't last, but I'm gonna enjoy it while it's here. And sure enough, it's lasted, and in fact, it's gotten stronger. And before I came to make this testimonial for Tom, I had decided to sit down and write some notes about what I was going to say. Now, normally, before the treatment, it would have taken me probably an hour to gather my thoughts, to write a few pages, have to edit it and rewrite it and struggle. It took me about 15 minutes to write a 3-page editorial. The words just flowed out of my hand. And I got tears in my eyes, because this is how I used to function. And so I thought, wow, what if there were people in the workplace like me, and I'm sure there are, who sit at their desk and attempt to come up with words, to do emails, what to prioritize for their next work assignment, who to call on the phone, what decision to make, and they're sitting there with this static and kind of fog-like being in their brain, forcing themselves to get out the productivity that's required. And so I believe this new technology that Tom has developed for this condition, which I believe many of us have because of our ancestors having this tuberculosis and passing it down in some form, like a virus in a software that gets passed down from generation to generation, is hurting many of our institutions and our businesses, because the people who work there are forcing themselves to mentally and in their nervous system to get through the day when it could be so much easier. So I really feel like my life is going to be so much more productive now that I have my new brain transplant compliments of Tom Stone. Thank you so much, Tom, and I urge anyone who hears this to contact him if you have difficulty getting out of bed, if you have difficulty making decisions, if you find that reading the newspaper is getting more and more tedious, and being able to write simple thank you notes is a major stress. Please, you may have this virus in your software, in your nervous system software, that Tom Stone can get rid of in a very simple treatment.